everyone, this is Lori from the Crafting Auntie coming back with you with another project in collaboration with Pam at Nana's Crafting Cottage. So today I'm going to do a steampunk tag, and I've had a couple of ideas and I decided to settle on something a little easier. If you followed my channel, you know I have back issues, and unfortunately it decided to play havoc with me for a little bit. So I decided to do something a little bit on the simpler stage. So I have found these digitals. I know I've been using a lot of digitals lately, but I've just really been enjoying all the different artists that I have found. And this is Polka Dot Studio, I believe, and this is a steampunk collection. So I decided to make a tag using this paper, and I'm going to use some chipboard. It's not super thick. It's like a lightweight chipboard. And then I've already cut a piece that I want to use. So the reason why I printed a second one is because I want to enhance this buckle right here and this jar. So I thought what I'd do is fussy cut this out, and then I'm going to put this on top of here. And I want to do that before I actually glue it onto my chipboard. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my scissors and let me cut this out. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying this collaboration. It's just something fun that my sister and I decided to do together, and I've shared with you we are in different states, and so we don't always get to craft together. So we just thought this would be something kind of fun, and hopefully you guys are enjoying them. So I want to kind of pop this up and accentuate this buckle. And then I think I'm probably going to also include this jar. So let me just finish fussy cutting this out. Kind of tedious, but not too bad. Just do the best you can if this is something you want to do. I'm just going to come around here and cut this off to make it a little bit easier. Let's see, and I think I'll just go ahead and include this jar, and then I can always make the decision whether I want to change it or not. So this paper is gorgeous. I do want to add a few things. I also got the fussy cuts for this kit, and so I'm going to be using some of those to create this tag. I'll put the links below for this shop if you're interested. And she's also on YouTube, Polka Dot Studio. So you can find her there and see her various projects. She's got some very unique projects on there as well. So recently I had done a steampunk, it was a lap book. And I did use a different digital from another artist. And I've enjoyed the digitals because there's so much in there that you can use to create something, and it doesn't take a whole lot of your time, especially if you don't have a lot of time or you can't, you know, sit in your craft room for a long time, and that's usually my case because of my back issue. So I like to use things that, you know, can make it a little easier for me so that I can continue to do this because I enjoy making these videos, sharing with you. Okay, so I have cut that out. Let me just, so my plan would be to pop this up. So that would accentuate that a little bit. So let's see here. First thing I want to do is go ahead and ink this, and I'm going to go ahead and use Scorched Timber. I'm going to cut the corners, so I'll wait and ink that. But I want to come around here with some of this around the edges before I put on this layered buckle and jar. Now I have printed this out on photo matte paper, and it really accentuates the color. So if you have some photo matte paper, try that out. It does make a difference. Oops, let's do this. It does make a difference on your printing. Can be a little bit more expensive, and I would have preferred that this be a little heavier matte photo paper, but it's what I had, and so I'm just going to go ahead and roll with it. You can use cardstock too, it doesn't matter, but yeah, you just get a better digital look when you do use the matte photo paper. Okay, so let's finish going around this guy so it looks a little more accentuated. So that'll pop it a little bit. Okay, so I have some pop-ups. Actually what I use is, this is from Home Depot, and I just cut pieces of it and put that on my project. So I'm going to add some strips. So let me just cut some strips here. Let me scoot up a little bit so I'm not out of camera. And let's see, I want them to go, so right here. And then let's see how far I need to go. So I need another piece. Let me just cut this down because it's just a little bit too wide. Sticky, sticky stuff. But it's cheaper if you buy it in the rolls like this rather than just buying like pop-ups from a craft store. This lasts quite a while. Okay, so let me take it to about there. Let me trim this off. It's sticky. Definitely not going to go anywhere. Trim that off. Okay, so I've got that part popped up. Now I'm going to do a piece here. Let's cut another piece, and this should be wide enough. And let me trim that down. I think I can use this piece right here. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to trim this off so it doesn't peek out the side. Right there. So now this will pop up. Okay, so before I do that, I do have some stencils here. So I kind of am thinking I want to put a little bit of accentuation on here. And let's see, I think I'm just going to use Vintage Photo, so it's not super, super dark, but yet dark enough. And I want to make sure that I'm not going to the edge. I don't want a square edge there, so I'm just going to be careful where I actually am inking. Just want to add a little bit of this to it, just like that. And let's do some over here. Right about in here. It has a lot on here, but I just thought it would be fun to add some extra. So we've got that. Maybe a little bit down here. Like that. Okay, I'm happy with that. I think it gives it a little extra, different texture, different look, accentuates it a little bit more. Okay, so let's put this on. And that way I can wrap it around. So let's go ahead and we'll remove the backing. And if you don't have pop-up or any kind of pop-up tape, you can use cardboard. You can fold it over and then glue it down. So there's other ways of doing this if you don't have those items. And then I'm going to line it up carefully. Right, so it matches. Just do the best you can. Okay, so I've got that. So that gives it a little more of a 3D look. Let's see if I can get you to see a little bit. And then I'm just going to fold this over. Actually, I think I'm going to cut it off. Yeah, I think I'm just going to cut it off. I originally was going to fold it over, but it's got a little bit of the pop-up tape on there, and I don't want that to be bulky in the back. Okay, so now I want to glue this onto here. And I'll just use my arc glitter glue for that. And if you don't have chipboard, you could just do this on a heavier cardstock if that's what you have, or a piece of cardboard box, a cereal box. You might want to double it up since they're not that thick, but just enough to give it some, you know, firmness so it's not so flimsy. Using this matte photo paper, it's not a strong paper. Okay. So put that on here. And then I'm going to cut around it. I'm going to use my paper trimmer for that. Put my glue pin back in since I'm notorious for keeping that off. Okay, so I'm just going to line it up. Trim that off. Needs a little help. That's okay. We got it. There we go. And straighten that out. Sometimes the paper trimmer is not the best choice, but it works okay. And this is going to be cut at an angle. Okay, so we've got that. Let me just clean this up. Okay, so let me just cut at an angle. I want this to be a little bit bigger angle because it's a larger tag. Get this out of the way. Okay, so we've got that. All right, back to the scorched timber. Let's go around this again. Those edges. And then I'm going to go ahead, I think I can use the back of this to cover. Yep, I'm going to go ahead and cover the back. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing. Glue this down. Let's see. I just need to make sure that I move over a little bit because there's a white border there from the printing that I don't want to capture. Whoops! Okay. So move in a little and move down a little. Let's turn it over. Press it down really good. And then we can just use our scissors for this. And cut around your tag. Then you've got both sides covered. More than likely I would put this you know, in a pocket, or I would add maybe a gusset onto it and make it a flip out. something inside the journal. I have all these pieces that I made in my Crafty Fun sessions and also in this collaboration, and they really need to have homes. So I got to figure that out. Make a journal for it, or oh, come on, or add it to an existing journal. Okay, now let's ink again. Scorched timber once again. I think this really accentuates the paper. And then I'm going to go ahead and do some stenciling on this as well. I have a different stencil. I think I'll put it on the back. It's got numbers on it. So let's do that. Let me grab this. And let's just add some of these numbers. Just something different. Not over the whole thing. Just accentuate a couple of areas. I'm trying to stay away from the edge of the stencil. Well, let's put a little bit right here. And maybe down here. That should do it. So we've got that. All right, so there's the back. Here's the front. Okay, so I've picked out some items here. And I do want to pop them up as well, so it'll kind of give it some more dimension. So I'm thinking something along these lines. But let's ink them up first. So these are also printed on matte photo paper. So if you do print them, if you don't have any matte photo paper, and you print them on your regular cardstock, the coloring will just be a little bit more dull than what these are. So it's just going to be not quite as vibrant in color as the photo matte paper does. It really makes a huge difference in your print when you do use it. So it's entirely up to what you have. If you don't have any, then I wouldn't go out and just buy it just for this. If you're going to use a lot of digitals and you want that vibrant color, then it's worthwhile. Amazon has them, so you can find them there. Okay, so I've got those inked up. And I want to use the puff tape again. So I'm thinking of putting her here and having this kind of come over that. So I may pop this up a little bit higher. So let's get some more of this. Let me just cut off a piece. Let's see, let's do a small piece. Try to get some of these areas to pop up. And if you wanted higher, then you would just double up the tape. Okay, so we'll put her there. So let's just add this guy right there, and I'll take another smaller piece. Trim that down and pop that on there. So now you've got a couple of dimensions. So she's going to be just a little bit lower. She'll be the same height as this, and then this will pop up even higher. So let's go ahead and put her down. This is just an easy and fun way to add some dimension to your tags. You can use this now as a topper for your journal if it's much thicker and you don't want to put that inside your journal. You don't have the, the extra space if your journal is chunky. You can use this as a topper and put it on the front of your journal. Okay, so let's put her right about here. And then this, I want to go, let's have it peek over a little bit. So I'll have that there. So we've got that. This looks beautiful. All right, I have some gears here, and most of these, I think all of these are plastic. So I think I got these at Hobby Lobby, or I'm pretty sure it was Hobby Lobby, and they were in a bag, and they were plastic ones, so I thought I would use those. So let's just add some here and make some fun additions to our tag. I like this one with the heart. It's cute. I think that needs to go here. And then maybe another one here, here, and here. I think that looks good. I think I'll roll with that. So let me just glue these down. I'm thinking about my topper for this, and I'm kind of thinking of leather again, because I think that would go with this very well, being a steampunk. So I may use that same leather, my favorite leather that I've been using. I'll be sad when it's gone, because I've enjoyed using it very much on these projects. Oops. Okay, so we got those. Let's put this guy down. Okay, almost got it. Originally, I thought of doing some mixed media until I started having back issues again. So I thought, well, I better stay simple here. But I'm actually loving this. You know, sometimes simple is just good. Just do something that makes you happy. And this definitely makes me happy. Okay. Let me grab my leather. See, I'm thinking this is going to be perfect on here. So let me just cut a piece. See if I can cut this straight. Not that great at cutting straight with my scissors, not like some of the other crafters are. Just straighten it out a little bit. That's pretty good. So let's just see, how is this going to look? Yeah, I think it definitely has to be the leather. Definitely the leather. I think that just really accentuates it. Okay, so crocodile. Let's just put our hole in this one. And then let me just mark it. See if I've got that centered. So we'll put a hole right there. Okay. And let's grab an eyelet. And I think it's probably going to be these dark ones. Yeah. Hooked on these dark ones. See, I love the coloring. I had to buy a couple more packages. They are the We Are Memory Keepers. And, oh my goodness, they're amazing. Okay, so let's get this put on. And from the last time I used these, it worked okay with this leather. I just needed to push it down and make sure it's on there good before I crimp it. Okay. Okay, there's that. Now let's get this on here again and get it cinched down. Whoops. Make sure it's straight. There we go. Okay. Let's see, is there anything else that I want to do? Maybe around the corners? Maybe we'll do that. Let's do this. Make sure it's grungy enough. All right, there's our tag. I love it. Absolutely love it. Well, let's add a little bit more to the back, especially since I just rounded the corners. Add a little bit more. I think it just really makes the tag. Adding the extra stenciling. Just do a little bit on the back of that piece that's peeking out. It's not a whole lot, so it's not going to be showing up that much. All right. Let's take a look at our project. Oh, let me give you sizes. So this is 4.5 by 8. Now you can do them smaller or you can do them even bigger, but I wanted to add a lot of goodies on here, plus I wanted to capture this part of the digital. So I decided to make it 4.5 by 8. Here's our leather piece. Back. Love the butterflies. It'd be fun if this was on the front and then cut some out and actually layer those and put those up, pop them up like we did on the front here. So we do have some dimension here. You can see it from the side. All right, guys. I hope you guys will give this one a try. I'll link the shop below, and then you can take a look at all of the goodies that this artist has, and maybe you'll give this a try. Okay, you guys have a great day. Go check out Pam at Nana's Crafting Cottage when she brings her video out tomorrow. And we'll see you in the next video. God bless you all and have a beautiful day. Bye.